Hi, welcome to Improved Health for Seniors. My name is Jules. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I do a variety of classes for all different abilities of seniors. So today's class is going to be a gentle class. We're just going to work on range of motion and get that heart rate up a little bit. So let's get started. So we're going to start with just bringing our toes up and back down. Up and down. So just follow along. We're just going to do 6 repetitions today. And then bringing those heels up as high as you can and back down. And this is 4. And last one. Excellent. Taking a deep breath in, bringing those arms overhead and breathing out. And again, and out, and last one, and out. Excellent. Let's just rotate those wrists, and the other direction. Excellent. Let's just bring one arm up, and bring that back down again. So right now we're just warming up the body, not doing anything too strenuous yet. Now if this hurts to bring your arm up all the way to the top of the ceiling, just bring your hand as far as you can go up without causing it any pain. And let's switch to the other side, so bringing that arm up and back down. Now if you find this class too easy, there are other classes that I've created that are also on my YouTube channel. So just find the ones that suit you, because there is quite a variety, and I'm trying to make more all the time to suit all different levels. Okay, let's bring our arms forward and bring them around. So you're just kind of stretching those arms out and back. And one more. Good. All right, let's just bring that arm up to the side. So just about eye level and back down. So just warming up those arms and those shoulders. And let's do 2 more. Excellent. Bring that hand back in, go to the other side. So bringing it up and down. And 3 more. All right, let's go to lower body. So we're just going to work our feet a little bit. We're going to bring our toes up and then bring our heels up. So going back and forth, toes and heels. And this is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. And bringing the toes out and back in. 5 and 6. All right, let's bring our knee up and back down. Switch to the other side and back down. So one of the things you can do as well is write in the comments underneath the video to let me know what you liked about the video and if there are any other classes that you would like to see in the future. I'd be happy to try and create those for you. And last one. Good. Okay, let's work on bringing those arms out to the side, and I just want you to do little circles. So fingers are pointing to the walls on the side, and we're just circling those shoulders around. Excellent. Now try and bring those circles a little bit bigger. We're not going really big here. That's hard on the shoulders. We're just going to do medium-sized circles, working those shoulders and our arms. And let's bring them in the other direction. All right, good. And bring those circles smaller. Excellent. Relax those arms. Give those shoulders a bit of a break. Bring those shoulders back. Stretch them out. And one more. Good. Good. All right, let's go back to lower body again. So we're going to do some leg extensions. So what I want you to do is just to bring that one leg up. I want you to concentrate on squeezing that quadricep muscle and back down. And this is 2. And down. 3. 4. And 2 more. And last one. Good. Switching to the other side. So up. 2. So I'm doing it slowly because I want you to have an opportunity to squeeze that quad muscle as that foot is up. And you've got 1 more. Good. All right, this time we're going to bring the knee out to the side. So just bring that leg out and back in. Now, if you're in a wheelchair, try and scoot to the front of the chair as much as you can. I know that can be hard at times, so just do what you're able to do in terms of bringing that leg out. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, switching to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one. Good. Okay, bringing those arms both down to the side. We're just going to do a bicep curl. So bringing the hands to the shoulders, so you're squeezing those biceps. Biceps are here and back down. So squeeze. 3. We're going to do more with this one just because this one needs a bit more for our biceps and it's an easier exercise, not as tiring. And 4 more. 9 and 10. Good. Okay, let's bring one arm up and I want you to pull that arm down and now push up. So now you're working a little bit harder because you're going to use resistance. So I want you to really think about pulling down and really pushing up. So it really does make a big difference in the exercise if you're really concentrating on pulling and pushing. 6, 7, we're going to go up to 10 for this one. 8, 9, and if this bothers your shoulder, go forwards instead. Okay, switching to the other side. So arm going up and pull down, push up. That's 1. I'm sure you don't want to hear me counting all the time, which is why I don't always count every single number. In my head I'm counting, but I'm sometimes wrong, so I lose track sometimes. All right, 2 more, I think. Last one. Good. Okay, relax those arms again. Let's go back to lower body. So let's do a calf raise, lifting those heels up and back down. So really try and push those heels as high as you can, working those calves and down. And 2 more. Good. All right, let's get that heart rate up a little bit. So if you can, sit a little bit forward on your chair. You'll just have more range of motion here. You'll be able to move a little bit more. So we're just going to tap the toes. So tap the toes forward. And if you want to, you can bring your arms into it. So do what works for you. If this is too much, then just use your legs. Coordination can be a little bit difficult, but just do what you can. No one's watching you. So it doesn't really matter if you get it perfect every time with the coordination. All right, let's go into a heel tap. So tapping those heels, continuing to move those arms. Oops. See, that's what I mean. Tap the toe instead of the heels. Okay, let's just go into a straight march. So we're just going to walk slowly. If your arms are tired, give them a break. Okay, so we're just going to bring one hand to the opposite foot. So we're working our brain a little bit here too with coordination. So just pressing those hands out to the feet. So the goal of this part of the class is to get that heart rate up a little bit, okay? So if you get a little bit sweaty, that is a good thing. few more. Okay, let's go back into a march. And if you can, bring your feet wide. And then going back into a toe tap. Oops. See, we can't all do it all the time perfectly. We do what we can, and it doesn't matter. The fact is, we are moving. All right, back to heels. Okay, let's just move the arms forward. So we're just gonna punch those arms forward. If I'm going too fast for what you like to do, then just slow it down. Okay, let's get those feet back into it. So I want you to think about cross-country skiing, depending where you're from. You may have never done it. It is a fun thing to do. I live where we do get a lot of snow. So moving those feet back and forth. All right, a little bit more. Okay, relax those arms, bring those shoulders back again. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, let's bring those arms back up and we're gonna bring them down. So we're working our shoulders here. So up to about eye level and back down. This is 3, 4, excellent. Now this time we're gonna bring them forward. And 3 more. Good. Okay, we're going to sit forward on the chair if you can, leaning back in the chair. So I'm going to turn my chair for you for this one so you can see a little bit better. So leaning back into the chair, my back is straight, okay? I'm not slouching. So keep that back straight. Arms are up in the air. So I'm angled in front and I'm pulling back and I am pushing forward, okay? So pull and really push those hands forward. Now, if you had weights, you could use weights for this one if you're comfortable doing so. Let's do 4 more. And last one. Good. Okay, I'm going to stay in this position. For the next one, we are going to do a tricep exercise. So I want you just to lean forward. So your hands are hanging down. Bring those elbows up. So it's like your elbows are being brought up to the ceiling. And I want you just to push those hands back. So at this point is when I'm feeling it in my tricep. So I'm feeling it here. So I'm pushing back. Bring those hands back to the shoulders and press. Press. So squeeze the back of your arms in this position and forward. Excellent. All right, staying in this position, arms are hanging straight down. Now we're going to work our back and we're going to row our arms up. And then I want you to press down. So really think about pulling up and pressing down. So it's like you're lifting some really heavy weights and down. Now the option here is you could actually use weights as well if you wanted to, which will improve the strength of your back. So we're working our upper back here. And let's just do 1 more. Good. Okay, staying in this position. This one is a little bit more challenging. We're going to work our abs here. So you're leaning back in the chair. Feet are forward. Now, if you can, bring your feet up, touch the floor, and bring them up again. Now, if that is too hard, what you can do is just bring one leg up, bring it down, bring the other leg up. Okay, so you're still working your abs. Now you have to concentrate on your abs, keeping them tight in this, when you're in this position. So really think about keeping your abs strong. Okay, so you're lifting up and down. And my back is straight on the chair. I'm not slouching. Okay, let's start together. Okay, so for those who are doing singles, you're just going to do them one at a time. For the others, we're gonna lean back, lifting those feet up, touching the floor, and again. So this is 2, 3, 4. So this one is very difficult. So by all means, use the single legs if that is better for you. Excellent. Okay, good. Sitting up straight. Now for the next one, we are going to do another ab exercise. So we're going to have our hands together in front. And I want you to concentrate on just moving to the side, coming back to the center. So again, keeping your abs and your core tight. So going out to the side, thinking about your abs pulling you back in front. So going to the side and pull back in front. So your abs are trying to do the work here. And let's just do one more on each side. And the other side. Good. Okay, let's go back to lower body again. So for the next one, you can either have your fists in between your knees or you can use a ball. If you have a ball, that would be great. I will just show you. I do have one here. What you could do if you have one, you could have the ball here, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna squeeze the knees together. Now I'm not gonna show it with the ball because a lot of you won't have one with you. So actually I'll put that out of the way. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna have your hands in between and you're just gonna press on those hands, okay? So we're working the inner thighs here, but if you have the ball, please do use it because it is easier. So pressing on those hands as hard as you can, press, 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 and relax. Okay, so we're gonna do that again. We're gonna hold for a count of 8, okay? So pressing on those hands, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. You could also do it this way, but you want the knees to be a little bit further apart when you do this one. Okay, so let's do it again. So 8, 7, 6, press, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last one. And again, press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Okay, so that's working the inner thigh. Now we're going to do the outer thigh. So hands are on the outside of your knees, and you're going to push your knees out to your hands, and your hands are pushing your knees in. So it's like they're having a little tug of war here, trying to beat the other one, okay? So at the same time we're gonna start, so we'll do a count of 8 again. So pressing those knees out, the hands are pressing in. So ready, and go. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now you'll also feel that in your arms here because your arms are working to try and press the knees, okay? If you have shoulder pain and you can't do that, then just work on tightening the quads in your legs instead. So you're just squeezing and tightening everything. Okay, for the others, let's do it again. So 8, so pressing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We've got one more. Okay, last one, and go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Excellent. Okay, so let's do some more work for our legs. We're gonna bring that knee up and back down. Stay with the same leg. We're just gonna tire at the one side. This is 3, 4, going up to 6, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, switching to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. All right, let's do some kicks. So this time we're going to kick with our heel. So think of your heel pressing forward, okay? So you're pushing, kick. 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more cardio again like we did earlier. I gave you a bit of a chance to get your heart rate back down after the last little bit of cardio. So let's do some more again. So whether you sit back in your chair or forward, it's up to you. I like to sit a little bit forward on my chair just to have more ability to be able to move my feet. All right, so let's just start with toe tap again. So just tapping the toes forward. I'm gonna sit back in my chair because my chair is being loud otherwise. All right, so it is up to you if you want to use your hands. If you'd like to add your hands in, you could bring your hands down to the foot. This is a little bit easier for coordination than trying to make your arms march along, I find. Okay, let's bring the heels forward now. So hopefully you're good and warmed up and you're feeling good and you're able to do the exercises in the class. This is meant to be a gentle class. All right, let's just go back to a march. So you can bring the arms into it if you'd like. Okay, let's do our toe taps again. So bringing the toes forward. And if you want, bringing the hands into it. And heels. And back into a march. So we'll do a little short run for those who want to get that heart rate up a little bit. So for those who do want to run, we're going to start in a couple seconds. And for those who just want to keep marching, then just do what I'm doing right now, okay? All right, for the rest of you who are up for a little bit more, let's do a run. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And going back into a march. And if this pace is too fast for you, then just slow that down as well for the march, okay? Take a break when you need it. Drink some water if you need it. All right, let's do one more. So ready, set, and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, going back into a march. All right, let's we're gonna bring our arms up into the air. So if you can, if you can't, just have your arms like this, okay? So for those who can, we're gonna have the arms up and we're just gonna touch down to the knees. So working our brain here as well. A lot of people have a hard time with this one. I have to concentrate on it as well, keeping the arms up. So main thing is keeping the other arm up when the other one comes down. I find often people wanna bring both arms down. So one is up and alternating on the knees. So just try and challenge the brain with this one. Have you got it? And we're also working our abdominals here. If your back is off your backrest, your abs are getting a good workout here too. Okay, let's slow that down. And we're just gonna do some toe taps, or like touching the toes with our hands. You're just gonna reach down to your toes and then go to the other side. Now, if you don't have the mobility to be able to do this, then just touch your knees. Have your hands at the side and just touch your knees like this, okay? Or for those who can, we're just gonna go down to the toes. We all have to still tie our own shoes usually and pick things up off the floor, so it's good practice. So keep your head up. You don't wanna drop your head down. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and last one on that side, and on the other side. Good. Okay, great. All right, let's bring the arms out to the side like this. And what I want you to do is try and bring those elbows and the hands together, okay? So you're pressing together and pulling back out. So press, working our chest here, and pulling back out. So when you're pressing back, you're thinking of your back, and when you're pressing forward, you're thinking of your chest. So you should feel that in your back muscles as well when you're bringing those arms back. And let's just do 2 more. Good. Okay, let's work the triceps a little bit more again. So having our arms down, we're gonna press those hands back to the wall, okay? So remember what I said about keeping the muscle tight in the back of your arm. So you're pressing back and forward. So press and forward, push. 4, 5, let's go up to 10 for this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, bringing those arms out in front, and I want you to row back. So pull back, push forward. 2, 3, let's just do 3 more for this one. 4, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, let's do an alternate arm raise. So we're having one arm up, one arm down, and I just want you to alternate them. So feeling a bit of a stretch as well as we do this exercise. Excellent, good. Okay, let's do a bit of the same thing, but with our arms out to the side. So arms are out to the side. I want you to go back as far as you can, bring them forward, and go back as far as you can. So just to what's comfortable, okay? When you're bringing your arms back, just what's comfortable. All right, dropping those hands down. All right, excellent. Okay, so we're almost done. We're just gonna bring those shoulders back again. All right, so for those who are able to, one of the things we really need to do is strengthen the legs. So we're gonna do some sit to stands. Now, if you can't, if you don't feel comfortable doing sit to stands, then you can just raise your legs. So when we stand up, you're going to just bring your feet up instead, okay? All right, so for those who are able to stand, you're just gonna stand up. If you need to, use your armrest. If you use a walker, have the walker in front of you. So maybe I'll give you a little bit of time to grab your walker if you do use one, but have it in front of you for safety, okay? One of the other things too is try and have your feet about shoulder width apart. Make sure you dig your weight into your heels. All right, so we are going to start. So let's stand up and back down. Up and down. 3. And we're just going to do 6 for today. Try not to allow your knees to go past your toes for this one. And last one. Excellent. So even if you could just do 1, that's great. Just keep practicing that because it's great. You know, we're always having to get out of our chairs or get out of the wheelchairs to use the washroom or whatever it is we're doing that day. So do try and work on that to build strength in your legs. All right, so let's just do some stretching. We're going to do our cool down. We're going to take a deep breath in and big breath out. 1 more and big breath out. All right, let's bring our arms out to the side. Our palms are to the walls. We're pressing the walls out to the side. We're stretching our arms. You should feel a really good stretch in your entire arm here. And congratulations for getting through the class. You made it. You made it for another day. Let's bring those arms forward. And if this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. And I hope you'll come back again. Bring those fingers down to the floor, stretching the front of our arms now. And reaching one arm overhead, reaching as high as you can to the ceiling. And if you like the video, please press the like button. It's just down below the screen, and there's a subscribe button. So we're just gonna switch arms here. So if you hit the subscribe button, then there's a little bell beside it and you can hit that button and that's a notification. So whenever there is a new video, you will get a notification to say there's a new video up. And bring that arm back down. Let's bring both arms to the sides. And we're just gonna bring those hands forward and then interlocking those fingers and pressing forward. So really feeling that in our upper back. And bringing those hands together and pulling back and feeling that in our chest. Good. Bringing one arm out in front, crossing that arm in front for a shoulder stretch. And switching to the other side, cross it in front, pulling that arm in. And if you can, let me know what other types of classes you would like to see. I'd love to hear from you. And bring that arm down. All right, let's work on stretching the legs. So we're gonna bring one leg up. You're gonna flex that foot so the toes are pointing, they're going towards you. I know, bright orange shoes at the bottom. And pressing forward. So we're feeling that stretch now here on the top of our leg. And rotating that ankle. And let's switch the direction. And switching to the other side. So pushing the toes towards you. Feeling that stretch in our calf muscle. And pointing away. And rotating that ankle. And then the other direction. All right, we're just gonna do a few little balance exercises. So what I want you to do is try and go from one cheek to the other, and you're just lifting yourself off the chair. So what I want you to do is kind of go forward on the chair, and then going back. And again, so try and move yourself forward, and then back again. Now incorporating the balance into it, so you're just lifting off one side, and I want you just to reach to one side, but feeling stable at the same time, okay? I don't want anyone to fall. So you're just reaching to one side, and then the other side. So lifting off on the one side, and reaching to the opposite side. So we're also working our legs here. You can feel this in your hips. Let's do that one more time. So lifting one side, reaching to the opposite side. And then again to the other side. Good. Okay, if you can, bring yourself to the front of your chair. You're gonna have one leg out in front, and I want you just to have your toes pointed towards you. I want you just to reach down as far as you can. Now you may be able to only go this far, and that is totally fine. Do what works for you. So you're just reaching and feeling an amazing stretch down the back of your leg. And coming back up, let's switch to the other side. So bringing that foot out in front, reaching down. And coming back up. Good. Okay, bringing yourself back in your chair again. And we're just going to finish with our deep breath. So taking a deep breath in through the nose, and then breathing out. And again. And breathing out. Last one. And big breath out. Okay, and I didn't put any music in this class. So also tell me in the comment section below if you prefer with music or if you prefer it with just having me talk and explain the exercises. I mean, I can do both as well, but I would like to know what you prefer. Okay, take care. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.